We're here. This is Taylor Cow's favorite part of every show that I'm involved in, and that's the Jaylen Polk Hour.
Where in the world is Jaylen Polk?
Where in the world is Jaylen Polk? And I get, I swear I'm not rooting against this guy. I just can't friggin' believe what's going on here. And so, look, right out of the gate here, and again, what was Douglas did what tonight? DeMario.
I don't think Pop did anything.
Pop didn't really do anything.
Did he? How many? So how was on the field? How much?
Probably played like 3 snaps.
Played very little, right?
But I can't imagine he played much.
I don't think. But you didn't. There's no digs. Pop. I barely remember seeing him touch the field.
There was a lot of heavy personnel. That was why they had a lot of multiple tight end sets, and he doesn't really play in
so
those.
He wasn't out there because he's really playing in 3 receiver sets here. I know you said they're trying to work Hollins in, so we saw him on the field a bit. You saw Williams coming in with the 2s there. Polk's coming in. Polk's behind all of these guys. Just before he gets to the field, he's kind of in the 3rd wave of receivers now, which is not great. Just to begin with.
That's how it's been in camp as well. It looked like Javon Baker was starting to tick up, and even Chism looked like he was getting more opportunities with the ones that were limited, and Polk wasn't getting any.
So yes, he started off in a weird position, which is passing his physical, but not playing because he didn't feel right. So he was 3-4 days behind. I don't know if that put him in a doghouse or something, or if Vrabel came in with an idea that I don't like, this isn't my guy, and I don't love it. So I don't think Polk has great standing there. I'm sure he's given a fair shot. And if he were to compete his way into things, it would be fine. But he definitely feels like he's on thin ice to begin with. And then what happens tonight? He doesn't even get a pass thrown his way. They run him on the saddest toss sweep ever. He can't turn the corner because he can't run. So he goes nowhere.
All right. Whoa. Wait. No. Javon Baker looked like he missed a block. There was just somebody he looked at and then decided to go to someone else, and then someone just tackled Jay. Like, maybe he could have made a miss, but that was a bad play. And I don't know. Sure. I have a different feeling about Jaylen Polk this season than you, because granted, it's not like Mike Vrabel's exactly ripping anybody, but he talked about how Jaylen Polk, even when he wasn't on the field, was putting in a lot of work. He kind of compared him to Jared Wilson. He's studying, he's taking his mental reps and doing what he can.
Well, I'm sure he's trying not to break him. Yeah.
Right, of course. And I mean, that's significant because literally Gerard Mayo made Jaylen Polk's life even harder. But I think that Polk was in a position where he needed to earn more spots. I think he tried to mix him in, and the other guys just stepped up. But honestly, the sample size with him in this system has been so small. I don't really I believe Vrabel when he said it was a clean slate. And I think tonight it sucked, man, because he didn't really get an opportunity. Maybe if he stays in the game, he makes 1 or 2 catches, and this is a very different story.
Point. You want to see it.
That was already injured.
And it does suck. He's had a tough go of it since the beginning here, where he started out hot in his first training camp, falls off a cliff last season, 12 catches for 80 yards or whatever it was as a rookie, and then it's like, okay.
Which Elliot Wolf took blame for also. He said that they didn't put him in very good spots.
We didn't put him in a good spot. So, okay, change the page, get your surgery, get healthy, what have you. Plays a little bit here and there in minicamp, goes over the summer, works out with the guys down in Carolina, and then comes back, has the muscle thing, can't get on the field. You mentioned it, Taylor, stays involved so that when he can get on the field, they put him right in. He didn't have any ramp up. He knew where to go on the offense. He looks like he understands what's going on. There's not a learning curve here.
He wasn't making mistakes on the field.
There's no mistakes. It's just the fact that he can't get on the field and stay on the field. It's just tough. And I don't know if there's a real answer for it because, like you said, he didn't do anything wrong on that play. Javon Baker missed a block and he ended up getting hurt, and then he reactivated his shoulder. Then he goes. It is. That's the right word. It's unfortunate. Now, if they cut him,
I think it's more likely IR.
That's what's interesting.
I don't necessarily feel like he's gotten.
Yeah,
it's a tough situation. I don't hate him as a player. He's gotten the shit out of the stick for the last 2 years.
Even though he wasn't making mental mistakes on the field, which is the biggest thing when you miss that much time is just don't have brain farts. And he was doing pretty well in the.
I mean, he wasn't having brain farts last year as much as he was having hand farts. He just couldn't catch anything thrown his way. So making that sound, but it actually, in a strange way, solves not a problem, but makes a decision for you. If IR, and again, it's worth mentioning, he landed on a shoulder that he had surgically repaired in the offseason. It was dragging, walking, running off the field. He knew it right away. Not a great situation. And sure, could he have avoided major injury? Maybe. But also, could he be hurt enough where you just give him one of those IR trips, even if you think he could be back in week 6 of this year?
Because he's already missed so much of the summer. It's like he hasn't really done a whole lot. If he misses more time.
This feels like a red shirt year for him, where he heads IR, and now you don't have to make.
He does anything in year 3 again.
You don't have to make.
I'm not going all the way there, but I just think that he is.
But you saw it with Thornton.
Yeah, it just feel that wasn't salvageable.
I mean, Thornton's looking better now. I mean,
it wasn't. What I'm saying is,
it's opportunity and situation.
It doesn't mean anything. All it means is you don't have to cut bait on an asset on a player that you've spent a premium asset on, and then hope you're kicking the can down the road. Hope that something changes, and then he comes in fresh next year, and it's a different story. And then you're like, okay, we can roll with this now. And you still got another year to evaluate before you've got to make the decision on an option. So but now you don't have to make the difficult decision of trading him for a 7th rounder, trying to recoup something, or just flat out cutting somebody that was a very high 2nd round pick last year. That sucks. Even if it isn't this regime that did it, letting go of that is difficult. I mean, if Polk were an undrafted free agent, he gets cut last year, like he doesn't. So he's hanging on because of his draft status. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to want to try to keep him if you can, to see what happens. So you would have rather seen him figure it out, start to, give you some return on that investment and be a serviceable receiver. But I mean, Lazar said it on that crossover episode, when you're comparing Baker and Polk, there's more redundancy with Polk. You've got a lot of guys that can do things that he can do, and not a lot of people that can do what Baker can do. You just don't know whether Baker can do it on a consistent basis. So we'll transition the conversation over to Baker because you guys wanted to talk about it. It's interesting how things work out for him, because when Marcellus Dial goes out, you lose somebody on special teams, and Baker jumps in there now, and he's making plays. He made plays tonight on special teams. And now you've got Polk potentially seriously hurt, who knows, all of a sudden carrying a 7th receiver, or however deep you want to go, if that person is contributing on special teams, doesn't seem as ridiculous. That also gives you a spot for Chism potentially. And this is, again, assuming that Bourne isn't going to be here, because I think that's where it's trending. But if you look at where it is, I think everyone kind of gets what they want here. You get the exciting undrafted free agent. You get Baker, who has a skill set unlike a lot of other people's on this team because of his physicality and ability to get downfield and run, and then just see where it goes there. So things are kind of seem to be breaking the right way for him.
I liked what I saw with Javon Baker tonight. I wrote a stock up, stock down wide receiver room thing for SI.com if you want to check it out. But I didn't give him an up or down. I kind of gave him a hold because of the missed block and because he didn't make a catch on the offensive side of the football. But his ability on special teams, the 2 tackles, his willingness to go down there and make a tackle, and I think Mike Vrabel likes him, Taylor. He came off the field, and Vrabel was the first guy, smile on his face, give him a pat on the head, get off the field. After the game, he was asked about Javon Baker. It was the first smile we saw from Vrabel. He smiled ear to ear. He was like, yeah, I really like the fact that he's able to go out there on special teams, make plays. He's an asset, not just on offense. So while there were a couple brain farts or the one brain fart on offense, then also not
a few brain farts on offense.
Okay. I want you to dive into more on that. I thought the special teams value was important, and I think it helps him, especially with Jaylen Polk going down as well.
Yes, I love that it was kickoff and punt, so very impressive for him to get tackles in 2 different phases of the game. Looks like he might replace Marcellus Dial as the gunner opposite Brendan Schooler, which I really like. We know he's got build-up speed, and if he can tackle and he's willing to, kind of like Jaheim Bell, really throw himself into special teams, that would be huge. But you also saw targeted on an end zone fade. He jumps too early, and it makes the pass pretty much uncatchable. Then I understand that ball that Joshua Dobbs threw to him was tough because Dobbs just kind of heaved the thing. I had no idea how that even got to him, but it goes through his hands. And my expectations for Javon Baker are high because he's such a talented player. The guy's got 10, 11-inch hands or something like that. You need to catch the ball more consistently, and you just need to show better instincts and execute and finish. Those are the things I want to see. But if you can contribute on special teams, that's how you get on the roster, because maybe you are still a project.
The mental side of things once you're on the roster and get your, get your chances there.
Because if you're a receiver and you're still learning, that's okay if you are a special teams demon or someone who is making an impact, versus if you can't really be used on special teams and then you're going on the field like you're missing blocks, you're not really executing the way you're supposed to. That makes it harder to justify a roster spot, even if you're talented. So obviously that was a huge step in the right direction for Baker.